Have you ever walked into a room and felt invisible? Or tried to get your point across only to be ignored or rejected? What if I told you that in just a few minutes, you could learn the timeless secrets to becoming instantly likable, respected, and persuasive without being fake or manipulative? These aren't TikTok hacks. They're the exact principles from one of the most legendary self-help books of all time. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And today, I'm breaking it all down into 10 powerful and practical steps so you can apply them immediately and watch your relationships transform. 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Think about the last time someone criticized you. Did it make you feel inspired to do better, or did it just make you feel attacked? Dale Carnegie's first rule is simple, but life-changing. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Why? Because when you criticize someone, no matter how right you are, you're putting them on the defensive. You bruise their ego, you corner their pride, and instead of learning from their mistake, they end up resenting you. Carnegie tells the story of Gun Crowley, a cold-blooded killer from the 1930s. When he was finally surrounded and shot by police, his last words weren't a confession. They were, "Under my coat is a weary heart, but a kind one." Even he didn't think he was wrong. The truth is, people almost never blame themselves. So when you criticize, it's not correction, it's conflict, and nobody wins. So what do you do instead? You lead with understanding. You ask questions instead of pointing fingers. You find common ground even when you're frustrated. Think of someone in your life right now who's doing something wrong. Instead of complaining about it, ask yourself, how can I inspire them instead of insult them? You don't build influence by tearing people down. You build it by lifting them up even when it's hard. 2. Give sincere appreciation. Here's something most people never say out loud, but everyone silently wishes for. I just want to feel seen. I want to feel valued. That's the power of appreciation. Dale Carnegie calls it one of the most effective tools for building influence, and it costs nothing. But the key word here isn't just appreciation. It's sincere, empty compliments. People can smell them a mile away, but genuine praise that hits different. It sticks, it heals, and it makes people want to do even better. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine a new employee at work. She's quiet, still learning, still unsure. She stays late, double checks her work, but no one notices. Until one day, her manager walks by and says, "Hey, I saw how you organize those reports. That level of detail, that's rare. Keep it up." It's one sentence, but in that moment, she stands taller, works harder, feels seen. Because appreciation is like sunlight to a plant. Without it, people wilt. With it, they grow fast. So the next time someone brings you coffee, helps you move, finishes a tough task, or just shows up for you, don't let it pass by. Say it, mean it. I really appreciate what you just did. It made a difference. It might take 5 seconds, but to them, it could mean everything. 3. Appeal to others' interests. Let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing on your mind? Be honest. It's not your boss, not your neighbor, not even the person you're texting back. It's you. What do I need to do today? What do I want for breakfast? What's in it for me? And guess what? Everyone else is thinking the exact same way. That's why Dale Carnegie gives us this golden rule of influence. If you want to move people, talk about what they want, not what you want from them, what they want for themselves. Let's say you're trying to get a colleague to help with a big project. You could say, "I need your help because I'm swamped and I can't do it alone." Or you could say, "This could be a great opportunity to showcase your strengths. If we nail this, your name is going to stand out to the higher-ups." Same request, totally different response. Why? Because the second version taps into their self-interest. It tells them, "This benefits you." 2. Carnegie shares an old story about a child trying to catch a fish. Now, he loves strawberries and cream, but he doesn't bait the hook with dessert. He uses worms because that's what the fish wants. That's influence. Understanding that it's not about forcing your vision, it's about seeing the world through someone else's eyes. So before your next conversation, ask yourself, what's in this for them? And then, lead with that. Because when you align your goals with someone else's desires, you stop being a stranger and start becoming someone they actually want to say yes to. 4. Become genuinely interested in other people. You know what's rare in this world? Someone who actually cares, not fake small talk, not robotic how we use, but someone who asks a question and really listens to the answer. Dale Carnegie says, this is one of the most powerful secrets of influence. Become genuinely interested in other people. Not because you want something, not to manipulate, but because people matter. And when you take the time to truly know someone, they remember it. Let's go back in time for a moment. A young Carnegie once attended a dinner party. Instead of talking about himself, he spent the whole night asking one guest about their work in botany. He listened, asked follow-up questions, let them light up about their passion. By the end of the evening, that guest told the host, Dale Carnegie is one of the most interesting conversationalists I've ever met. But here's the twist. Carnegie barely said a word. He just listened. Because when you're genuinely interested in someone, you make them feel interesting. And that's what they'll remember, not what you said, but how you made them feel. So how do you do it? Start small. Ask people about their story, their family, their goals. Listen with your eyes, not just your ears. Remember their birthday. Follow up on something they told you last week. Don't fake it. Don't force it. Just care. Because at the end of the day, being liked doesn't come from being impressive. It comes from being interested. And once people feel seen, heard, and understood, they'll naturally be drawn to you. No tricks needed. 5. Smile and use their name. You want to know one of the simplest ways to change how people see you. Smile, that's it. A real one. Not forced, not fake. A smile that says, I see you. I respect you. I'm happy to be here. Dale Carnegie wasn't talking about charm school tips. He was talking about emotional influence, because a smile is universal. It crosses cultures. It melts tension. And in a cold, distracted world, it can feel like sunshine breaking through the clouds. Let's take it a step further. You want to make someone feel instantly valued. Use their name. Not hey you, not bro or boss. Their actual name. Why? Because, as Carnegie says, a person's name is the sweetest sound in any language. Think about it. Your name is your identity. It's the first word you ever heard tied to your sense of self. When someone remembers it, it tells you, you matter enough for me to remember. Let me show you the difference. You walk into your local cafe. The barista says, hey there, what can I get you? Okay, cool. Now picture this. You walk in, and they say, hey, coffee. Your usual iced latte today. Suddenly, you're not just another customer. You're known, you're remembered. And that's powerful. Small gestures, big impact. So if you want to win people over, don't wait for a grand moment. Start with something simple. Smile. Say their name. Let them feel important, just by being themselves. Because the truth is, people might forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And often, all it takes is a name and a smile. 6. Be a good listener. Want to instantly stand out in a loud world? Listen. Really listen. Not to reply, not to one-up, but to understand. Most people are just waiting for their turn to talk. So when you give someone your full attention, eye contact, no distractions, it shocks them in the best way. Dale Carnegie said, if you want to be interesting, be interested. Ask questions, pause, let them finish. Sometimes, what people need isn't advice. It's just to be heard. So don't underestimate it. Listening is influence without saying a word. 7. Talk in terms of the other person's interests. Here's the truth. People don't care about your dreams until they see how it connects to theirs. So if you want someone to listen, support, or even follow you, Speak their language. Not literally, emotionally. Talk about their goals, their passions, their problems. Trying to pitch an idea. Don't say, "This will help me grow." Say, "This could give you a big return." Why does this work? Because people are naturally tuned into one station. WIIFM, what's in it for me? When you answer that, you've got their full attention. So stop broadcasting your needs. Start aligning with theirs. That's how you build bridges and real influence. 8. Make the other person feel important. Every single person you meet wants one thing: to feel like they matter. Not in a fake, flattery kind of way, but in a real, I see you kind of way. Dale Carnegie said it best: the desire to be important is the deepest urge in human nature. So here's the trick. Tell people the truth about what makes them special. Notice their effort, praise their strengths, appreciate the things others ignore, and do it genuinely. Because when you make someone feel important without wanting anything in return, you unlock a rare kind of connection. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be famous. Just be sincere, be specific, be kind. Because at the end of the day, real influence isn't about power. It's about presence. 9. Avoid criticizing, condemning, or complaining. Let's be honest, criticizing someone feels easy, but it rarely creates change. Why? Because when people feel attacked, they shut down. They get defensive. They don't listen. Dale Carnegie warns us, criticism is dangerous because it wounds a person's pride. Instead of saying, "You're wrong, try, I see it differently, can I share why?" Instead of condemning, ask questions, understand their side, and complaining, that only repels people. Negativity spreads fast and so does your energy. So if you want to lead, influence, or inspire, build people up. Don't tear them down. Because influence doesn't come from being loud. It comes from being wise. 10. Let the other person save face. Ever watch someone mess up and then get humiliated for it? That pain, it lingers, not because of the mistake, but because their dignity was stripped away. Dale Carnegie reminds us, always let the other person save face, even when they're wrong, even when you're right. You don't need to win every argument. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can offer is grace. Correct quietly, give them room to recover, let them leave the moment with their pride intact. Because when you protect someone's dignity, they never forget it. And that's how respect is earned, not by crushing others, but by lifting them. So there you have it, 10 timeless principles from Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. No tricks, no manipulation, just human truth. In a world where people chase followers, likes, and clout, Carnegie gives us something deeper: connection, respect, real influence. Because influence isn't about shouting the loudest. It's about listening quietly. It's not about showing off. It's about lifting others up. So try this today. Smile at someone, say their name, ask how they really are and mean it. You'll be shocked how powerful that can be. Because at the end of the day, the most magnetic person in the room is the one who makes everyone else feel important. Thanks for watching. Stay kind, stay curious, and remember, being a little better every day goes a long way.